Well, hi everyone, and we're here because today we're talking about the 34 years of Sailor Moon, my show. Well, more like it's our show, but since I'm like the main self, the show's like named after me, and like no one thought it'd be around for like 34 years. Like when we all started, did I don't think any of us thought that it would go from only being a funny book, to a drawing show, to plays, and into film games, and into dolls. Like, I didn't think it was going to go that way. Well, you need to be on something. Because I believe at the end of the day, you're right, Serena. No one thought that it would be like that. Like, no one thought our show would blow up like it did. But, like, somehow it did, like, out of luck, I guess. And then it all worked out. Yeah, you're right about yeah, right, Amy, you're right about that. I mean, look at where our show came from and all the things it has now and how it's like big and how folks still like it to this day, even though they can't make up their mind which one they like. you know? Well, I know what you're talking about, Ray. At the end of the day, no one thought that our show would be around for like 40, like 35 years. And they didn't think that there would be like, okay, they thought it would be a funny book. All right, it's going to be a drawing show. But they didn't think, oh, it's going to be plays or song plays. Or we film games and dolls. I don't think so. Well, you're right about that, Lita. Because no one thought that that Sailor Moon would be around for 40 years. No one thought that that would, be a thing or not. But then some folks will think that my funny books, Hidden Name Sailor V, which kind of like was the early beginnings of what Sailor Moon would become, and no one really thought that would blow up. Well, you're right about that, Mina. I mean, you take a show and a book, which were both only be one-offs. It was only supposed to be the Dark Kingdom or whatever you want to call it, and then instead it kind of like became this thing. Then you got like about 5 followings if you're going by Toei or Toei or Viz. 4 if you're going by Deke or Cloverway or whatever. And then you had the plays and the song plays and the film games. A lot of them made by Bandai. And then the dolls that were made by either Bandai or, Irwin Toy. Well, you're right about that one, Ernest, because no one thought the show would be around for that long. And look of all the steads where it offshooted into. I mean, yes, film games, dolls, plays, song plays, drawing shows, funny books, whatever you want to say. No one thought they would be 34 years that folks would be talking about. Well, to be earnest with you, I didn't think we would be around for 34 years. And I don't think Naiko Takaguchi or Takenshi, or however you say her name, I don't think that anyone out there, even her, would think that Sailor Moon would be around for 34 years or would be as big as it became. Like, I don't think when she first started out drawing the first, drawing, would say, first drawing her first self, and then putting word bubbles or whatever, I don't think that she thought that this thing was going to take off. Well, you're right about that one, Darian. At the end of the day, no one thought that one little thing that she did was going to blow up and become a big thing. But somehow it did. Out of luck, out of good calls. Your guess is good as mine in that one. If anyone truly thinks that our show it would be around for 34 years, which I know is a big deal, at least in the Sailor Moon followership. Not so much in others, but most likely in Sailor Moon followership. You know, Yeah, a lot of folks like to offshoot Sailor Moon into what they like to call, Mighty Girls. Well, I want to say one thing about that, Ernest. The showrunners for Sailor Moon, at least the ones for Toei, they said that they never really thought Sailor Moon was what one would call a Mighty Girl drawing show or anything like that. Even though, yes, we did shapeshift. Yes, we did become over good doers. But they didn't really think of it as offshooting into that world of, that kind of drawing shows. Like, they didn't think Sailor Moon was going to be that. Well, that's kind of the wondering thing about it, Ray, is that you take a show, and now it's been around for like 34 years, and it is a big deal. And we all didn't think that it would make it to be 34 years. I mean, and think of all the stages it had to go to get to where it had. Well, you're right about that, Lita. It had to take a long work to get to where it was at. It had to start from being a funny book to being a drawing show, which came film game, which became a play and song play and doll, and here you go now, all those things. So yes,